Let's start, Mr. Chidambaram, with GDP. The government says, despite the global slowdown caused by COVID-19 and the Russia-Ukraine war, the Indian economy is expected to grow at 7% plus in fiscal 22-23, the highest rate of growth among all major economies. So that's one number. The other number, which perhaps Neelkanth could respond to, is that the last quarter has seen a slowing down to 4.4%, and the likes of Raghuram Rajan are saying we are slipping back towards the so-called Hindu rate of growth, and therefore we have less to celebrate, more to introspect. Two numbers, 7% growth rate 22-23 versus a slowing 4.4% in the last quarter. Mr. Chidambaram, what's the reality?
The reality is we are growing, but the quarter upon quarter growth or the sequential quarter growth is declining. 13.2%, 6.3, 4.4, and the fourth quarter, my estimate is between 4.1 and 4.3. So it is a declining quarterly growth rate, which means Indian economy is losing steam.
So you're saying the Indian economy is losing steam, but you accept that the Indian economy continues to grow among major economies faster than most other economies in the world.
There's no boast in saying, I'm the one-eyed monarch of the blind. The point is, China, when it grows at 3% or 3.5%, will still add every year to its annual wealth or annual output, several times more than India, growing at 7%. China is 5.5 times larger than India. Therefore, the relevant number is the per capita income. And the per capita income, we are still a very poor country.
Neelkanth Mishra, how do you see these numbers when it comes to the GDP numbers that the government throws at us, saying, look, we are the fastest growing economy in the world? On the flip side, Mr. Chidambaram could argue saying that we are a slowing economy, and there could be those who would argue that even pre-pandemic, for 9 consecutive quarters, the Indian economy was in decline. So what are we celebrating at the moment?
So we have to first understand that no economy is an island. There is a world where there is a significant decline in global growth. Demand for global goods is at March 21 level. So for 2 years, there's been zero growth in demand for retail sales of goods. There is significant financial uncertainty. There are several economies that have gone into bankruptcy. I think what India should aim for and is aiming for is macroeconomic stability. Because remember that economics is not about scoring a run or a 6 on every ball. It's about being able to stitch together a long innings and create a much larger wealth and income range for its citizens. So what is extremely important right now is that in this global financial turbulence, if India is seen as a stable economy, it will continue to attract foreign investors. It will continue to attract foreign companies which can bring skills and technology. And so on a 5-year basis, I think the expectations of India's GDP growth should be that India will contribute 12 to 15% of incremental GDP in the next 5 years. So I think we have to stop looking at, and let me tell you that quarterly GDP numbers are extremely inaccurate. They keep getting revised up. You must have seen that past data, when they released these data, past data was revised up by 1.3%. So the level of GDP in FY23 has been raised up by 1.3%. So as per the NSO's numbers, fourth quarter GDP growth is going to be 6%. Everyone expects FY24 GDP to be 6% plus. I think it should be 7%. So I think we have to be a lot more forward-looking. Many other measures, and I'll just take half a minute, many other measures like, say, the sales of the BSE 500 companies, there is absolutely no slowdown in output.